Mic check, mic check. We in the building. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Y'all share this live. You already know it's going down. Let me share this to my brother David. Get him in the building. We definitely finna touch on a couple good subjects. Finna touch on the Fasces, of course. That's why I got the brother David coming, because he definitely the man on that subject. Got the brother Rashad, the God in the building. Hey Rashad, can you share this to David for me? I appreciate your pistol for liking the live. Rest of y'all need to tap that screen a little bit too. Y'all already know how it go. Yeah, I know David will be pulling up. If the sister Penn in the building, I know the King David on the way. Yeah, so we'll be getting into it real shortly. Real shortly. I could even get started and just come back when my brother pop up. Yeah, we touching on the death ray gun. That's the biggest connection in the world. Man, you know we getting along. When we stop? If I ain't arguing with none of the fellas, you know I ain't got nothing against the women. For real. Not one of y'all. I ain't got nothing against not one of y'all. It's all love, trust me. All right, we got King David in the building.
Yeah, Peace Morris, Master Teacher. What's good? What you got for me?
Hey, you already know. I can't believe I never really connected the dots, but I'm like, hold on. My brother been talking about this fast shade all this time, and I forgot about my studies on the death ray gun. Huh?
Okay,
Nikolai
okay. All
Tesla,
right, let's see.
pretty much,
Nikola Tesla,
yeah,
yep.
Nikolai Tesla's, yeah, his greatest invention, the death ray gun. And like you say, it's been in movies and all this stuff all this time. You know,
Sir.
I found a lot of scientists that actually say they recreated this death ray gun. So we definitely gonna find the fat shape everywhere it may be.
Yeah. Hey, that weapon is a real weapon, man. A lot of people think I'm BSing, but that thing really is on the Senate floor. That thing is like on buildings. It's like it's everywhere.
Hmm. Yep, real talk. That's what's messing my head up. I'm like, damn, I got to give it to my boy David because nobody else been
We in
stressing
the
this point.
age we in the age of awakening, man. It's no joke, you know what I'm saying? We got to just bring it all or nothing.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I had this from a video I had lined up, but I was like, well, let me see where David's going with this. I don't want to bring it out and shit on your toe, step on your toes.
Nah, man, we in the age of information. Everybody is entitled to put out whatever they got.
Hold
Yeah, but I wanted to see if you were going to come up with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you had a whole series going on.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Same thing with this death ray. I'm like, hold up, this brother be connecting 99 dots, I said, let me just connect one. You know what I mean?
Now you guys are
Because this
dope,
death
man.
ray gun, this death ray gun has been it the whole time. I never even thought about the word fasce. I remember the death ray gun. Like if you'd have been on here talking about the death ray gun the whole time, I would have knew better. But actually, doing that allowed me to know even more because now I do know about the fasce, and I can look at that
Mm-hmm.
symbol everywhere and know what they're saying, what they reference,
Yeah, I was teaching that
right?
shit all week one time. I was like, I don't even know if these people are getting it, but people was watching. That actually helped me get a big boost in as far as like people following me.
Yeah, because
Yep, cell phones got a lot to do with it.
it you do that's what happens when you diversify the information to something that everybody can enjoy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And they say
it's
hype about the
definitely.
weapon really took off in the run up to World War II as Nazi Germany assembled a fearsome air force. The ability to shoot down airplanes from 250 miles away seemed like a godsend, and people in Tesla's homeland, then called Yugoslavia, begged him to return home and install the rays to protect them from the Nazi menace. Mm. Like he was like he would have been like a savior if he had just come back home with this fat shape, with this death ray, with this
Hey, I took a screenshot.
Tartarian architecture.
I, I, I took a screenshot. So I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna give you credit and stuff, but I'm gonna use it whenever I'm presenting the fascia.
It's all one body. You know what I mean? For real, I'm gonna be pulling up your videos when I break down the death ray gun. I'm be like, y'all already know it's fat shape.
Don't even have
Yeah, I'm proud every time somebody uses my
section 8.
stuff.
Yep, yep. So they was talking about how when he died, how people were trying to get in his room, get all of his paperwork and all that, whatever he had good, whatever inventions or anything. But while hotel managers looked on, Kosanovic instructed a locksmith to crack open a safe in Tesla's room. Inside, he found some honorary degrees, a gold medal, and a memorial book from Tesla's 75th birthday. Kosanovic took the memorial book, changed the safe combination, and left. All in all, it was a fairly innocent act. Tesla's rightful heir inspecting his uncle's thing. But the paranoid types in the U.S. government, the visit didn't seem innocent at all. They feared Kosanovic was a spy. The FBI even considered arresting Kosanovic for burglary. You know, all about this wondrous weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see what we got in front. Okay, we need some. We gotta get up here first. I'm gonna say, we need some feminine energy on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
For
Where's
real,
C3 at too? Did you invite C3?
she definitely can come up. She definitely can come up.
I'm gonna
I
bring
ain't, I ain't getting no. Now she ain't hit the button, but she definitely can come up.
C3 in
Right?
here.
Nah, I just sent her an invite.
They say
And can I say
ominously.
this?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. I was gonna say if y'all think Tesla pushing electric cars, if y'all think that's all he push, not many y'all, but I'm talking about the ones in the bleachers. If
Listening
y'all think he
audience.
just push, yeah. If y'all think he just pushing electric cars, you got another thing coming.
Mhm.
He ain't just pushing electric cars. He pushing other things too.
A joke.
Yeah, eugenics.
Yeah, so am I. I'm a eugenist, but I wouldn't use them. I'm just naturally gonna make great children, so I don't have to get rid of none of them. Get rid of some of this.
The other ones will fall apart.
And he probably already got them little pocket size death ray guns too. Pocket.
Peace and love, everybody.
With peace and blessing.
Love, bro. So watch this. Ominously, between the 1950s and 1970s, the Soviets made several cryptic announcements. Premier Nikita Khrushchev, for instance, once bragged that a new and fantastic weapon was in the batching stage. In another case, a long expose in Aviation Week and Space Technology magazine included some diagrams of weapons that look alarmingly similar to some then unpublished works of Tesla's. American officials were left trembling. Were the Soviets on the brink of a super weapon? You know what I mean?
Assalamu alaikum.
Right? They say the Americans ultimately responded with a new beam weapon program under Ronald Reagan called the Strategic Defense Initiative. So you definitely gonna add this to it, brother. The SDI, Strategic Defense Initiative, popularly known as Star Wars. I heard the brother Woodforks in the chat earlier. He went there early. I said, "Boy, that's a good student in class right there." You hear me? That brother went to the Star Wars early, like the first 5 minutes. So it consisted of an array of orbiting satellites that would shoot down incoming missiles with lasers or particle beams. Star Wars was billed as a purely defensive measure, but of course, any beam that powerful would make a heck of a weapon too, right?
Hey, peace, everybody. I was just listening in because I was just like you, Morris. I knew about the Death Ray, and I knew about Star Wars with the Planet Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
I never connected it with the Fasces.
Exactly, exactly, and that's
Never.
what just made me open both my eyes because I've been already looking at it with one eye. It was all, it was like
Uh
I ain't gonna
huh.
have it like a side eye. I'm just watching. I don't know about this. But
That's
man,
why I was just listening.
this brother David, boy, you was patient with us too. I ain't gonna lie, I like your patience. You feel me? Let
Peace.
let us connect some dots. You know what I mean?
Hey, all he
I,
asked you to do was suspend your disbelief.
I
That's
wanted I
it.
wanted
I
to
hear
add.
that all the time.
It's funny that you guys are talking about the Fasce because I actually came in here to try to talk to David about that. Wow,
Right?
it's so crazy. There's no such thing as a coincidence. I wanted to add that the frequency weapons that they're using, they're equipped the now police corporation with, are also from the Fasce.
Yep.
The ones that they're using for the crowd
Oh,
control, things of
yes,
that
the
nature,
crowd
also
control.
from the
Yes,
Fasce.
these things are electromagnetic resonance weapons. You know, the Fachet is just one of the first ever used to try to control a crowd. If they saw giants, they're like, "Pachoo!"
Oh
The
Yep.
my
giants
God,
would
you
just
absolutely
freeze up.
right. Because if it's too high, it will actually cook people from the inside. You
Yeah,
absolutely
Hey,
right.
bro.
it
You
is. Yeah,
Hey,
absolutely
watch
Hmm.
right.
this.
yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
So yeah, so
hey,
check this out. Check this
hey.
out. So like I David knows, but it was stolen from the Etruscans, right? And the Etruscans, clearly, what God's like. If
Uh,
we kind of pair the story with Cain and Abel. Cain gave the meat sacrifice, and Abel gave the fruits. So we would be the ones that do everything according to nature. So when we created when the Etruscans created the fasces or whatever it was before the fasces, it was a device that was used for good, for the benefit of all. Then they went and took it and turned it into a weapon because that is their blueprint.
Oh, for sure. You know, like there's a word that means inventor in the Bible. It's called. If you look into the etymology of that word, it'll show you mechanic. It'll show you craftsman. It'll show you all types of inventor.
Right.
This word is everything. So, like, they had all these things back in ancient times.
Correct.
we just call it an invention art. That's what it is. It's a creation.
Artisan.
It's
Hmm.
yeah,
Artisan.
it's art. Hey, but this part right here, like this is why Trump is so important. This is why Trump is feared and to the point they have to put him in a position like the president and such. They scared of what his next move could always be because he is bloodline to John Trump, physicist John Trump. Like literally, he was like the greatest mind the U.S. could find in the '80s, like '82, because he was around ever since. Tesla, and he was like, uh, he was like probably the second best mind when Tesla was alive. Like he ended up making certain invention. I forget that was like a one of those oscillating towers, and he was hailed and accredited by everybody. And then Tesla made him look like a dummy because Tesla was like, you can do that with this small little little coil or something like that. He broke it down to something so small that did the same amount of power as what that guy had created. So he always kind of stunted on your boy right here. But this guy eventually got those Tesla papers when it got back in the hands of the Russians, because we that's why Trump has a connection with Russia, because his family has always had a connection with Russia and aviation and astronauts, cosmonauts, NASA, all of that, right? So literally, John Trump, they say when the military was looking to build Star Wars, 'cause that's the name of this, the SDI program. Uh, Trump refused to help, at first. And they say John over a because he know what they wanted. They want his death ray gun. They want him to go ahead and build them the same thing. And John, over a period of 3 decades, would be approached by people of all sorts. So he had this for a long time. Like I'm saying, ever since Tesla disappeared, he had that, and he was already on Tesla's level, sorta. You feel me? But would be approached by people of all sorts because he could make uh, megavolt beams of ions and electrons, aka death rays. You know, remarked his MIT colleague James Melcher in a 1988 article, Science for the People. It says, what did he do with this knowledge? Uh, the only things that we definitely give a big credit for, they say cancer research and sterilizing sludge. They say all sorts of wondrous things. He didn't touch the weapons stuff. Yeah, but he ended up building the best form of defense they had, which was what I was just showing you right here. Hold on. I was just showing you space device. You know, this is supposed to be a satellite equipped with the same power of a death ray beam. Right? So he's accredited with creating that for the SDI, the Strategic Defense Initiative.
Mm.
Right?
Um, can I say something to all the critical thinkers?
So,
If in the last live they got about Disney and NASA, right? Um, do you have you heard that DeSantis is trying to be able to control what or was trying to control Disney? And if Disney and NASA is connected, that means he want to have control over Disney and NASA, right? And so if
mhm.
DeSantis is running for president, what what is the
They
correlation between that?
they're
I
not from this realm. They're not natural. I'll just say that.
right, but I just wanted to kind of like throw in a few little dots to maybe connect. And also, they say that we don't have any connection to England or Europe, but why is it that Disney was able to throw a monkey wrench in DeSantis' plan by having the new board of directors? It can't be changed until the last person in the royal bloodline, until that person dies, and then 22 years after that. And so if you start to think about how under the surface all of these people are playing this game and we not really included, I was trying to figure out why would Europe have anything to do with Disney? And just being in the lives, I'm able to connect a lot of the dots because of what y'all are saying. If Disney and NASA are together, DeSantis want to have a say and how they run Disney and Nassau. So that means if he becomes president, or that means that they can control Disney and Nassau in the White House.
Can I say one thing? Disney in Disney World, they have a Stargate, a portal. So they're gonna want to control that.
Exactly.
It's
Wait,
beyond.
wait,
It's
wait.
beyond.
You said Disney has a Stargate?
Yeah, they have a portal there.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. Like all these things that's coming out, you never thought like you'd hear it, but it's true.
I know they supposed to have some kind of whole, uh, how do I say it, breeding operation
Oh
among
yeah,
the stars.
for sure.
It,
Yeah,
Somebody
clones.
asked how do I know that. You can look it up. They kind of boasted about it, but people didn't take it seriously because everybody's supposed to take that in a fictitious mindset.
Mhm.
So if you probably heard it when you was younger and it just flew over your mind because you didn't know what they were saying. But they said it a long time ago. I think I posted it up on Instagram as well. Yeah, they did close.
Hey,
Yeah, he said they did close off half Disney World.
hey,
Yeah,
hey, Dave.
because there's like a portion of Disney World that's owned by the CIA. Like these Disney World is owned by them.
Hey, yo, somebody's been lying.
Ah, yes, for sure.
Exactly.
If you could just
100.
if you could just suspend your disbelief.
Yeah,
Hey, brother Dave. So
What's good, Marsh?
is that a big boy Fasce right there?
It could be. It could be. It's an energy weapon, man. I mean,
that's a
this
that's
depends on.
Hey,
Yeah, it could be. It just depends on what it's doing, you know.
yeah, yeah. See that part around the that big part on every Fasce is what oscillates, and that oscillating is what creates the super energy, right?
You've
So it's
been
the
doing some
exact same
studying.
thing. Oh yeah, for sure, sure. See, I already knew about the death ray, and like you say, I did. I definitely, everything I'm bringing, I already went through. But yeah, it was refreshing. You know what I mean? Because this is the type of stuff I literally studied 20 years ago. These are the type of things I felt like woke me up. You know, like really studying history really didn't do it at first. Studying the Bible, none of that really did it. When I got kind of controversial and got into X file type of things, declassified files, it started really like waking me all the way
Hey,
up.
hey, Morsh. What if I was to tell
Mhm.
you that it's in the Bible too?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure. Just like
Yeah,
how the Bible
yeah.
speaks of cannons. Like this is in BC, they speaking on cannons and great weapons like that. And people not understanding like the cannon so called wasn't even invented until like, over 1,000 years after the Bible. So for them to have been speaking on that, they were really talking about the, so-called Tartarian Empire, which was old Scythians.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these so-called Tartarians or people of Asia were the ones that had mastered the fireworks first, or the fire stick.
Yep, black powder.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah,
show
but
y'all something.
the funny thing, Morsh, I don't think that who they tell us like invented these things. They were the Negro people that was operating in these areas.
I mean, they're like basically the Germans will always tell you, or the Russians, like they used to brag. Like they were saying how they'll go on TV and speak about these weapons or these new devices. Like when they came out with the helicopters and all of these flying devices, like man, Russia was bragging. They was telling everybody, and they was being honest. They said this is not technology of new, but of old. And they were literally saying they got it from the walls of Egypt. This is
yeah,
literally what,
exactly.
yeah.
Putin
So
dropped all the facts.
yeah, like we not understanding that Egypt wasn't owned by one people. Like those hieroglyphs was a record keeping. That was record keeping. You know what I mean? So we all gonna come leave the record because we knew cataclysms and things would happen that would make us lose the information, the technology, you know. So it was a concerted effort to keep the knowledge, at least as far as hieroglyphs go. It wasn't just a people that sat in the middle of the desert and had all this knowledge. You know what I mean? It was people from around the world bringing the knowledge.
Right, right. Hey, you got Times Square capabilities?
I don't know what that means.
Big screen. Like, can you put my
Oh yeah.
my picture on the big screen? Ah, shit. We in business, Moorish. We're in business. Hang on. I'm gonna pull up what I was gonna show you a second ago.
I only got 1.6, man. That's sad, man. What y'all doing, man? Y'all can't like the screen. Y'all can't even
How do
tap the
you
screen. I know they ain't gonna hit that heart button up there, so
how do
they
you
won't even tap the screen.
oh, I'll tab it. I was gonna
Yeah, I'm
ask you
tapping it
guys,
up.
how do you put the information behind you and you like it looks like a green screen?
Yeah, the phone give you the
You
option.
answered your own question.
So you go to green screen. Okay.
Yep, it's
Okay,
like
cool,
that.
cool. All right. So in the very first book in the Bible, Genesis 19:26, right? We read, "But his wife looked back behind him, and she became a pillar of salt." Right? So we know that this fachet is capable of turning organic material into stone, whether it's an animal, whether it's a person. We know that it does this thing. There's more. This is just the beginning. This is just Genesis.
I could hear David smiling.
Hmm?
Okay, this is Revelation 2:27, right? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as a vessel of the potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. What does that sound like to you, Morsh?
Yep. The vessels of
It sounds like the
Yep.
Fashe.
You can say yep.
It's undeniable.
The Potter
Yes,
kind of like confirmed it right there. The Potter.
you confirmed it
put that,
exactly. This is something that's
they
changing.
put that pipe on them. Come on, man. Like we already know what the rod is.
Even the weather weapons that they're using, like the lasers that they're using to start the fires, it's Fache technology, and they're talking about they got it from aliens.
I'm gonna bring up also how in World War I, hit Tesla's
Yeah, that shoots an
Tesla,
axe.
basically Tesla's invention is what helped free the French. And what does the French have on their flag?
Yeah, I'm bringing
They
this
have
out to show you. Rod of
they have the
iron
cachet.
existed.
They have the cachet on
Yeah,
their flag.
yes, the rod of iron existed in ancient times. This is rusted. This isn't wood. When you read the Fashe, it says, "Oh, bundle of sticks." It's bullshit. This is the real deal.
Mhm.
You
Okay,
guys like the live,
okay,
like the live.
guys, you see what I'm showing you right here? This is a U.S. passport, right? So in the left talon, you see the arrows, right? Now I'm going to show you the real life Fashe arrow components. Give me 1 second.
And that symbol right there represents in the right hand is representing peace, and in the left it represents war.
Mm-hmm.
but it's grimy to the core. If you just look,
It's
I
that
would even say
quartz.
the middle part is a fascia, but
that's what
it's
I'm
probably
saying.
not.
That's why I'm like, it's grimy to the core.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on. It's just in general, all the technology and also the history, just the history in general. There's so much. Like our history is probably like the greatest rabbit hole ever.
So because they hid it, if they want to, they just want to hid it all, you know. But since they want to hide it,
You see, you see it, right? I'm not making
yep,
this stuff up. This is the ancient weapon, the talons that the talon was holding, the arrows made of metal, magnets, components.
Even the center bar look like more like an axle.
What do you see in the middle of this French passport, right? You see Union Européenne République Française. And right here, what do you see?
Grimy to the core.
Hang on, let me make it bigger.
Why y'all please while oh go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you see? Do you remember during the Revolutionary War who was America's friend?
yep, and that's how we rescued them is with that fast shape. Tesla's invention, the death ray.
Is that the same plant that the eagle was holding in the other tower?
Exactly. Well,
Yes,
that's
sir.
Yo,
yep, that's
those.
what he had on his chest, the emblem.
Yeah, I'm saying, is
Yeah.
that the plant though?
Big tree
The
Oh,
You
you're
know,
leaves.
it had
right.
arrows in
Ha,
it
you went there.
it
You
had
went there.
it had arrows in one,
That's
and a
everything.
and then it
Everything.
had a plant.
and the fig
Uh
tree in
huh.
the other.
Is that
Mm-hmm.
it?
It might be. You might have just cracked the code there.
It looks pretty
I
similar.
just saw the fachet. I was just like, fachet.
I see the
Yep.
crown. I'm looking at everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I
Got it.
mean
Got it.
that's a critical thinker.
Is that what that is, Rashard? The fig tree? Fig
Well,
leaf?
it's two different. It's two different plants.
There's the olive, and then you have the fig
Yeah,
tree.
there's always the olive branch represents peace. So,
Yeah,
that's
Mm-hmm.
why we call it extending the olive branch.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
branch. Hmm.
But then on the other hand, they got the knife. So, you know, it's slamming. They'll stab you in the back.
Don't move sideways though.
And they're
I
going to
wanted to
stab you in the
say
back right after.
Don't turn your back. That's what that means.
I wanted to see
They'll
they were
stab you in the
talking
front.
while he looking something up. I seen Ken mention something about the Ark of the Covenant. Um
Yep.
and I've been watching Curse of Oak Island. Anybody else watch that? Where they've been
I've
looking for
heard
the
of it.
Ark of the Covenant. And it
I
just
heard of it.
hit me like a ton of bricks. I've always wondered why they've been trying to dig 175 feet, 200 feet deep into to find the Ark of the Covenant. But it seems like they are digging that deep because of the mud flood on Nova Scotia.
Exactly. Exactly. Like every ancient civilization, like how do they like uncover it. They have to dig it out. Every Olmec head, almost every pyramid, like they had to dig out the Sphinx. So there had to been a cataclysm, a mud flood.
Mhm.
Had to be.
I couldn't figure out for years I've been watching this and I'm like, why you have I said what pirate or what person and it tied back to the Templars who would dig 170 feet to hide treasure to have to come back for it. And you can't dig 150 feet twice. So obviously something catastrophic had to happen in order for them to have to dig so deep. Okay, but I'm gonna mute. Go.
Oh no, this is just a conventional look of the Fasces. This is a well kept, preserved Fasces actually. Um, like the truth in movies. Like Elianu said earlier, the Fasces was stolen by Rome from the Etruscans. They took it away from the Etruscans. The Etruscans themselves got it off of the Mayans. So, and I have proof of it. Shout out to Thoth for digging deep and finding the artifacts.
Yeah,
And
that was me.
he,
That was my
you
screenshot. I know
you
what you're
gave
talking
it
about.
you gave it to
Yeah,
Thoth.
yeah, he
All right, well then
screenshot
shout
that.
out to you.
Yeah, I got it right.
Can you please show me that? That's wild.
All right, give me 1 second.
The mic. Wow. So that means the Toltecs.
Mm-hmm.
The Toltecs had it then. Wow, that's incredible. That's one of the weapons of Atlantis. Well, I wouldn't say Atlantis.
It
What?
was. It was. Look.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, it was a device from Atlantis.
Yeah. So it ended up in the Etruscans' hands. The Etruscans was, destroying um, giants for a while. Then
Look at that.
the Romans.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what? Let me get a nice screenshot. Can you zoom? Yeah. 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 Fix it nice.
Want it bigger?
No, smaller. Shrink it. Smaller. Not. Yeah. 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 More. Yeah. Yeah. I want to get the name in and everything. Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. That's good right there. Thanks. Uh, 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 to the left. Yeah. You
Damn.
good. Yeah. You good.
They
You
be
good.
shrinking.
That's good. That's good. Thank you. That's great. This is great stuff.
Yeah, this is the oldest civilization in South America.
Yeah.
Ancient
Uh,
Tiwanaku.
yeah. Tiwanaku. Yep. Yep. This is awesome. I thought he got it from from Central America, but it's actually Tiwanaku, so that's even better.
Yeah, the Andes. That's why I tell people we're not Indians, we're Andeans. You hear me?
The
Real
Andes
talk.
Mountain. Are you
The
from the
Andes are the
Andes?
oldest people in Americas. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. They're called the people of the light, Andalusia. Andalusia means the copper-colored people of light. Andes means copper.
Wow.
Yeah, and you
You
got
know that's
Andalusia, Spain, when the Moors was
mhm.
there.
And you get summer. The word summer, like some winter, spring, summer, fall from that Mexico region used to be called Sumer in ancient times.
Mhm.
It goes all the way back to the beginning, bro.
So they switch everything over to quote unquote
Yeah,
Africa.
Middle East and Africa. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that's why I keep telling everybody stop using Africa. There's no such thing. Anytime these natives, because they're incorporated. If anybody doesn't know, Native American is a corporation. So they're all subscribed to a corporation. So that's all a fictitious identity. Secondly, they're all always trying to argue you telling that you are African. I'm like, you first of all, you don't even know history. You can't even argue me with history because you're using Africa. There's no such thing as Africa. No one's using the correct analogies without Ophir or Ethiopia.
Kush.
Yeah, you can say
Facts.
Kush as well, but it's crazy because I don't even talk like stop. Everybody who's arguing having problems with natives, stop arguing their timeline. Go past supersede their timeline. They can't even don't go to where they don't exist.
Exactly.
Yep, even the ocean. The ocean was called the Ethiopian Ocean.
Yep. Ethiopic Ocean.
Yep.
That's why I tell people, like we always talking about Atlantis, maybe it was really Ethiopis or Ethiopis, because it definitely wasn't the Atlantic Ocean.
The Ethiopian Ocean touched America.
Yep. So we can't be scared of words like that. We can't worry about the kingdom of Ethiopia. That's new.
Oh, today's my
You know
birthday,
what I
by
mean?
the way.
Hey, happy
Mm.
birthday, brother.
Yeah,
So,
gratitude,
solar
Appreciate it.
gratitude.
return, brother.
Solar return, solar
Solar
return.
return.
Yes,
For sure.
Congratulations.
Happy born day, all that good stuff.
Happy
gratitude.
What
born
else you
day.
Remember
got?
that. It's Tupac's
What else?
birthday too.
Hey, that boy know what he talking about. Who is that?
You a
Child of the
real person.
soul? That brother always be going in, bro. You hear me? I don't know about the Hitler thing, but bro, this boy here, he in the 90 percentile. You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah, what else you got, Morris? I want to see what else you got.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm gonna drop down too. I gotta eat dinner. I just got out of slavery.
All right, enjoy. There we
Peace out.
go. You were hiding. You were holding out on us.
Hold on. I don't think we read this. Did we read this? And it said the photograph served their intended purpose, illustrating a 12,000 word essay where Tesla did everything but shy away from metaphysics. In order to combat the inevitability of entropy, he offers various visions of the future, global demilitarization through a version of mutually assured destruction. Mhm. And that's what they're doing now. Mutually assured destruction. They're agreeing to depopulate. That's what war is. But the liberation of humans from their reliance on food and a theory resembling the many worlds interpretation. Along the way, Tesla champions wind and solar power as superior to coal, dreams of machines. So that can all be powered by the Fasces. The Fasces can be used for good. It's a lot of energy. We always talk about free energy. This is why they can create a weapon from the ions and you feel me, the regular atoms that are just floating around. They can use it against you. So they can use that same stuff for good, you know. But they'd rather charge it up and bang one of us instead of charge all of our neighborhoods free energy.
Yo, you heard about the diplomats that were getting their brains fried? They were hitting them in the head with the fasce. It was all over the news.
Y'all don't remember like 15, maybe 10, 15
No,
years
I
back?
don't watch TV.
Y'all don't remember like 15 years back that there was people talking, there was this dude that was maybe it was 10 years back, but he was in like that Navy base like in DC, and he was talking about the TV was talking to him, and the radio waves were sending messages to him, and he was hearing voices through the walls. Y'all don't remember that?
That's
Mm.
crazy.
Vaguely, yeah, I do remember some weird stories like that coming up 15 years ago.
We're stoked
I
that.
thought you were talking about Phil Schneider at first, but I don't know.
Nah, so maybe I know because I live in a DMV area, but it was happening on the Navy base, and the dude was saying he was hearing voices and all kind of shit, but it was
It
coming
was a
through the
brother, right?
walls, and it was,
Was it a brother?
yeah, yeah, it
Yep.
was, and it was coming through the walls and through his microwave, sending him messages, telling him to do stuff.
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, that's going on for all of us. It's not reaching us because we got our guard up. We're not weak
Yeah,
enough for them. Like we was drugged up. If we was drugged up, we'd be victims. You know. So like, look at this. This is literally just a fast shave, but they've modernized it where they can, cover it
exactly.
up, but it's still an oscillating machine that's doing the exact same thing. You know, it oscillates and creates the energy and
Exactly. I see
will
these
tell
things
you
now.
at
I'm
what
gonna put
ion.
out. I'm gonna put out a video talking about the fast shade. The video is gonna show what you wrote down in the comments in the video. You said it was a DEW, direct energy weapon. So I'm gonna talk about that in my next video, direct energy weapons.
And I'm talking
I'm gonna
about
be like,
everything you were
I'm
saying
gonna be
that day.
like,
You was like,
I'm gonna be like,
I
yo,
remember you.
somebody's
Go
been lying. I was on David's live the other night, and we were talking about energy weapons, and it made me think about this. And then I'm gonna talk about the energy cannon that I know about. Check on it. You feel me?
ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, you could take this to a whole nother level. Yo, as long as you know that the fast shade exists, just run with it, man.
Exactly. Man, bro. I remember you saying, man, it could be a small fast shake. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, and
Yeah.
you said that's gonna be a weapon of mass destruction, bro. Like, there's no way. Like, why would they have a little one? But I'm like, dang, I forgot about this death ray gun.
hmm
You know,
Remember, I had to show
like,
you. I show you three different sizes. I showed you small, medium, and large. I wasn't messing
yep,
around that day.
yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep. You definitely going in always. That's why I respect you, brother.
I respect you too, bro.
I actually I don't know if you made this connection, but that's actually Jed technology.
Hmm. Yeah, serpent. That's what
If
DJ literally means serpent.
yeah yeah
Yes,
no
it
I mean
does. So it's
I'm
Naga
I'm
intelligence.
I'm talking about like
Yeah,
the
that was
Jed
dope.
from the
The
Ankh.
jet pillar. Yeah, the
Yeah,
jet pillar.
Yeah,
the
Yeah, the
Jed
jet
pillar.
pillar.
Yeah,
Naga
yeah,
intelligence. That was dope, Morris. I like that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Wow.
sure.
Morris almost as good with the words as I am. That's why I be sitting back. I just be watching. I be like, yeah, he be making me proud as shit.
Ah, that
all,
brother.
all Morris
That's
got to
what's up,
do
though.
is be calm, and the whole thing is gonna flow. All he got to do is when he get upset, the whole thing's just fall apart, bro.
Gemini. That's right. It's Gemini.
That's real. That's real. I love the people, man. So I kind of get disrupted when I see them lacking or just slacking sometimes. I love the people. To be honest with
I ain't gonna
you.
front. I never thought you were a teacher, but then one day I came on your live, I saw you teaching. I was like, yo, this brother is a teacher.
Look, I always knew he was, and then that's why I
I'm
used to
humble.
get mad. Like when he used to come to the lives bullshit, and that's why I was like, yo, I was like, I used to follow this dude for some reason, but now he's fucking around. Like, what is this shit? And I thought I didn't know him, so I unfollowed his ass. I was like, yo, I don't know who the fuck this dude is, but I thought he was somebody else. Because
Yeah,
when I
Moorish.
first when
yeah.
I first ran into him, he was teaching shit. So I was like, "What the hell is going on?" He went on like a 3 month spree of just talking shit, and everybody's live. And I was like, "I don't know if I know this dude like I thought I did."
Morris, I got a question. You did you off topic by the way. Did you do your what is this? Did you tap into your trust?
Nah. I haven't done that. I ain't gonna lie. Like
Oh,
all of the
okay.
people, that instructed me, like they're not fond of the UCC. You know. So any of that,
Oh,
I have
okay.
to just learn on my own. They're not with that.
Alhambra, you have? Okay, I'm
Yeah, he
following
has.
you right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Y'all definitely need to follow. Like that's my brother. You feel me?
Oh,
Like
Alhambra? Really? Okay.
yeah, yeah. Alhambra Society. He up there in the
Okay.
deep, right?
Yeah, you're
But
gonna get
what
a
I was gonna
follow.
say, matter of fact, on YouTube, the Alhambra Society, they took the first channel. They got a new channel, But man, we was making videos back in the days. I'm talking about. I've been doing etymology on YouTube for like 5 years, but obviously I've been doing etymology way before YouTube. You know what I mean? Like that's why I love Moorish science. Like I wouldn't know nothing about no etymology. I'm from the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the Moors definitely woke me up.
Hey, etymology is so dope. Like you could learn how to do so many things just by reading in the words. You could uncover spells, uncover what it really mean.
I'll
Exactly.
be annoying people in arguments because I do that. Like I'll break down their words.
Hmm.
And
It feel like
they
you
get
looking
upset
too
with me.
deep.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I'm
know.
I'm like you already know I'm deep, like so I could just keep going. And if somebody want to try to argue me, I'll just go so deep that they'll get annoyed. I'll annoy the energy.
Yeah, for sure. Watch this.
Bro, I'm not even sure if that's how Nikola Tesla looked, bro. I'm not even. He might have been a brother.
I
Yeah, I know
was
what you mean.
just about to say that.
I can't trust this government, man. Everything that
Yo,
they do is just.
Can't
Uh,
I
yeah.
honestly
I was
think so too.
question
But
everything.
if anything, because I went on a rant about Nikola Tesla because I ended up finding out that Nikola Tesla was a Freemason. So that means that he was given technology from ancient finds to reverse
Hmm.
engineer.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what
Okay.
Russians did. Have always done. Like I say, they literally would tell you that their greatest inventions came from the walls of Egypt. They say
Right.
this is not new technology, but technology of old. So
Hey,
Exactly.
listen,
we've been
I
great.
said this. I said this last year, y'all. I said the answer to everything is in the name of one of the classic movies. All right, Back to the Future. Because right now we're behind the times, and we had to turn around and go back to the future because they were
Right.
way more advanced than we are today. And the people that are in charge, right, are the people that they have at the as a facade being in charge in this life they got us living is, and we just left the Stone Age. Right when they crashed Stonehenge, we left the Stone Age. We're moving kind of slow, y'all.
Well, this is I don't know if you guys follow the Vedic knowledge.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Um, All right, so right now we're in the Kali Yuga. You know, we're leaving the Kali Yuga. This is the whole transition, and we're going into the I like to say the Copper Age. You know what I mean? Because all of the yugas are coinciding with the ages. You know what I mean? So right now we're leaving the war age, Kali, because Kali is the goddess of war. You know what I mean?
That's for sure.
That being said,
Yes.
all of the stuff that we went through, we were supposed to go through.
Yeah.
And this is the shortest cycle. So being that we went through everything that we needed to go through, we pretty much we were sacrificed the sacrificial lamb to Kali. You know what I mean? So the being that we went through our negative frequency and we had that experience, we pretty much went again we went in with the code of the matrix or the Borg system. I don't even like to disrespect the matriarch and say matrix. I'll say the Borg system. So we
I mean,
went
make
we
sure
went
it's that
in.
word.
All truth. All
No, but
truth. All
it's
truth.
it's the matriarch. It's a curse on the matriarch. But I'm gonna continue. That being said, um once once we leave this cycle, we're gonna be already ready for the new cycle. We're gonna know what to do. But everybody that enjoyed this cycle is gonna have a negative experience. And guess what? The cycles get longer and longer and longer and longer, and their karma is gonna come around during their our golden age is gonna be their worst age.
True.
And,
True.
and
Yeah. All true.
the
All
golden
true.
age is the longest time period.
All true. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, peace
Peace
to
to the
the
gods
brother
and
William.
goddesses.
What's
Let me
going
get
on
that
with you,
in there.
brother?
Yeah. Peace to the gods and goddesses. How y'all doing? Sorry about that, brother.
Peace,
But
peace.
yeah, all truth, brother. Right on that. Right on that. On that. But I come in on that part with Tesla up there, you know. Man, these folks don't have a creative bone in their body. They lied about everything. All of that stuff came out of the pyramids. Feel me?
Yo, you ain't
Even when
lying.
they made the atomic bomb, they when they plagiarized it, they did the exact copy of the image that's on the wall. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They made it look exactly the way it's depicted on the walls of the pyramid. You know, I mean, they
Mm-hmm.
couldn't redesign it. There was nothing. All they can do was just put the image up there. Now they did decipher the text and everything to build it, but they got that from the Germans, though. They got that translated information from the Germans. Okay, and so um, when they did drop it on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, they were 1 week from the Germans actually being able to drop theirs off in America, you know, before they bombed them, and they happened to bomb the compound, you know, where they were constructing. But they were only like 7 days away from getting the fission material, you know, to finally complete the bomb. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was duplicated just the same as you see it on the pyramid. But a lot of that technology that Tesla used all came out of the pyramids and everything. And I was looking at it. Excuse me,
Right.
but are there any engineers that
Not quite,
anybody?
but
Not
no, but
quite. Oh, okay.
we all kind of either
Well,
been
bless
in those
y'all. Yeah,
fields or interested.
yeah,
I have a basic understanding of it.
yeah. But yeah, you hit it right on the head though. What you were saying about the fifth dimension, pretty much. You know. Yeah. So that's good. But you know, they don't have all the answers, but they trying to look into our inheritance and using it against us. That's pretty much what's going on. You know, they're looking at what our ancestors did as a measure to keep us from getting it by establishing their control of it, but presenting it in a way that, you know, it's of them. But no, they have no creative genius in them whatsoever. I mean, they now. I'm not saying they're not, you know, intelligent and have skill or whatever, but
Yeah,
when
but
it
the
comes to
creative
creativity, yeah, when it
genius,
comes to
yeah,
creativity, yeah, you
yeah,
know, that's where, you know,
yeah.
that's where, you know, but so
Nothing
that's why
will
they
be
kill.
new. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
why
gonna
they
make
kill.
nothing new.
Right. Oh, no. They're gonna, and that's why they hide away a lot of the stuff anyway. But there's a lot of the technology that's coming out pretty soon. That's advanced technology, but it's already obsolete. So we're actually supposed to go through like two phases of being um, integrated into the new technologies. I think within the next 8 years, we'll have full education of the first set of what's coming out, and then there's going to be another one not too far behind that. But the process will be complete at least within the next 8 years. That's the projection stated. You know, so yeah. But even now, you know, with that stuff there, I got better stuff on my desk than what Tesla has right there. I mean, I am an engineer. That's why I asked that earlier, aeronautical engineer. So, but
My
yeah,
my older brother is an
the
aeronautical engineer. That's amazing.
yeah. Yeah, I'm 63 years old too. You know, you guys hadn't caught on to that.
Wow.
You
No, we
know,
ain't catch that. We ain't catch
yeah,
that. Yeah,
Yeah, my
you all
brother
our
was Air
yeah,
elder.
Force.
yeah. Marine Corps for me, but I went to school after my service time. You know,
That's
yeah,
amazing. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
incredible.
yeah.
Fire
But
devil
yeah,
dog.
but look
Yeah,
here.
you could build a
All I gotta
rocket.
say, look, hey, that new Tartaria gonna be off the chain.
Hey,
Trust me.
Yeah, man.
hey, semper fi, devil dog.
Hey, trust me, that new Tartaria gonna be off the chain. That's all I gotta say. I've been working on that for a minute. But all right.
So advice. I would love to in the future clash on some
Yeah.
ideas.
Well, you know, I encourage all of us. You know, y'all don't know, but we are one family, whether
That's
y'all
a
That's
get
bet.
it or not. We are
Yeah.
one family.
true.
So we gotta we got to look out for ourselves, and we got to improve ourselves as best as we can. So we got to stay learning. Listen, I'll tell y'all something. When I listen to some of the stories of some of the elders from the Galactic family, some of them has gone to school for like trillions of years.
Right.
Yeah, when you get into the Emerald tablets and stuff like that, and you
Right.
get reading this stuff, and they tell you what their age is and how many different planets they've gone for hundreds of years to go to school, just to learn about the universe.
Mm-hmm.
It's off the chain, man. I mean, getting into that is like when you reading it, it's like anything better than you can see on television.
Hey, did you guys hear the story about the extraterrestrial? They were black. They lived so war. They stopped the ships and their faces. They said that their faces looked
Yes.
like they never lost.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. They
They
don't.
came
Wow.
out a cylinder cigar shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I ended up hearing that the reps also have the same shape ships.
yeah, but they are four and five dimensional. Those reptilians that invaded our planet, pretty much.
Yeah,
And
let's not talk about don't say that. Try to be like Cody.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
got,
yeah, they'll
got,
kick you
yeah,
in the
yeah. My bad.
Peace to the panel.
Got peace of the guys, and got it.
87,
You know,
87.
yeah,
Look at my messages, bro. I sent you hell the messages.
yeah. But yeah, it's like, um, yeah, we have some issues from the past that you did have advanced beings being here, but our ancestors are above that. So that's the thing about it. So the universe got that in check, and a lot of stuff been going on too. So don't think it happened. But yeah, I think we're gonna have a pretty interesting planet in the next 100 years. I think so. Fifth dimension or beyond. Some of us will be here, and some of us will be other places, and some of us will be gone. I just gotta say that. We do have a lot of people that don't want to move past low frequency, and definitely not interested about the fifth dimension. So, I'm constantly trying to talk to people. I know people don't look for advice or look for strangers to tell them how to live the life, and that's not something I try to do, but I at least try to share information. Some people won't dumb down conversations and they get frustrated. Oh, no, I don't want to hear no more. But hey, that's fine. Tell the truth, what I see, what I live. I'm not gonna tell you something I haven't lived or experienced or don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's just been my life learned a lesson always to be of integrity. You understand? So that's why I believe that's the way I brought up. Um, I was one of 8 children being raised by my dad. My mom died when I was 7. Okay, so watched him work hard. Uh, my businesses while he was working at GM and teaching my brother and I how to be men while he still had 6 daughters to raise. Okay, so my thing is, nothing more important to me than have this man tell me he was proud of me. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, all that heat he put on my behind, I wasn't gonna miss no school lessons. So I just got to throw that out there. I don't just happen chance just know stuff and have an interest in reading stuff. It was just drilled into me. Be about your mind, be about your business. Your mind says you should be a man, and you need to know how to be a man and know what it is to be a man. You know, and you don't shortchange yourself by not building yourself. You got to develop yourself. You know, so you can only do that with knowledge. you know. But yeah. I didn't mean to take over the whole topic, but I'm very eager to hear what anybody got to say. I just care about my people, and I'm always interested. Y'all can, you know, contact me, whatever, anytime.
Sure.
Go on my page. I'm on TikTok. You see me on there. I got stuff on there. All y'all need to see anyway. So
Yes,
just
sir.
want to make sure I tell y'all that. You know. So yeah, peace to the gods, and goddesses.
Man, we
Yeah.
love to be
Peace,
able to
peace
see
to
eye to eye with a
everybody.
well-studied elder. You feel me? We definitely love it and appreciate it.
Experiences too. I tell you, I shouldn't be alive. I probably experienced more death than anybody that you know. You know, and but one single time I was afraid, and I tell you that. You know, but my thing is, you do appreciate what life you have and what life you live, but you don't waste a moment of it just being idle. You know, a tree might have might become a bump on a log or whatever, but that tree can survive. But that bump on that log, that don't mean um, you have to be that. You sprout out and be a branch. You might as well if you're going to be attached to the tree. You know what I'm saying? You grow leaves on it. You produce. In other words,
Yeah,
you
bear
know,
fruit. Yeah.
you got to bear fruit, so you can bear that fruit. You know, so that's the thing. I just feel like put something in your head. It's worth it because that's the only way you change your existence. You change your life. You can't do it by not learning something. You know, if you're not happy with it or whatever. And I'm not saying that I've lived perfectly all my life. I've been up and down. And that's the way it goes. But you got to be able to pick yourself up and keep it moving. But don't ever let a man tell you that he wrote some words on the paper that says that he's the authority over your life. Yeah, you
Thank you for that.
understand what
I
I'm
Someone,
agree.
saying?
someone starts finger snapping.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, don't ever let a man tell you that this is a law and I am the authority over your life.
Finger snaps. Finger.
No, it's facts.
See, people don't understand what it means inalienable. What that means is not subject for discussion. It means this ain't something that you talk about. It's just the way it is. My rights are inalienable. You don't have no say so about my life. If I'm not hurting yours or injuring yours, you don't have no free way to take mine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you write on paper or what laws you make. That's the law of nature. And you can see that in animals. Y'all see that deal about that? I hate to change the subject like that, but this elephant, baby elephant, went and killed this lady that he saw shoot his mother.
I
I
posted the
seen
whole
that.
video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know if it
I
took him a
seen
day
that.
or so to hunt her down.
yeah. No, he went to the funeral,
He
dragged
went.
out.
Oh, wait a minute! Now, wait a minute! Wait a minute! He had already killed her. He left, came back the next day, or the day they had the funeral, and pulled her
Came
out of the
back and
coffin
stomped that
Hey,
ass.
and
Yeah,
stomped
man,
her
this
ass.
story is
yeah.
just a
Went to the
great story,
funeral,
bro.
dragged
It's
But
out
just
see,
the
that's what I'm
coffin.
saying. See, if an animal have that
He
sense of
said
death,
he wanted seconds.
if an animal have that sense of death,
Oh God,
come on,
man,
how
that
deep yours
elephant
supposed to
wanted
be?
all the smoke.
Come on, man. How deep your?
yo.
Come on,
Nah, y'all
man.
That's
see what the
exactly what
orcas are
happened. The
doing?
elephant didn't care, bro.
Y'all
He
see what
walked
the orcas are
miles.
doing?
Man, that was gangster. What you talking
He
about?
said,
Man, he
he
wanted
said, I'm
revenge,
gonna
bruh.
go. I'm gonna
Hey,
go
man, now
get
that's
this person.
gangster. That's gangster.
Oh,
Exactly.
dope.
He
Yeah, the
killed her.
orcas are
Hey,
destroying
that's
ships.
that. Hey, that's that Taken. That's that Taken movie. When I find you, I'ma kill you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, look here.
What? That's
Hey, man. Hey, look here. Look. Come on, man. From the start, he saw what happened. Think about that. He saw what happened, and
Yeah.
he knew who did it. He tracked her down. She was in a vehicle, and she was out there in the jungle. But she drove that truck she was in back to her city, and he followed her all the way there. I don't know if it took him a day or if he did it the next day or what. But he tracked her down from that spot, went into her house, killed her, stomped her, and left.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
Dude
no,
was
left.
determined.
no. He
I
went.
mean,
Yeah, he went to the house. She tried to run away, and as she was running away, the mother went and caught her in the
Oh,
grass.
oh yeah, yeah,
Caught
yeah.
her in the
Because they
grass
showed
and
her
started
running, didn't they?
stomping her in the grass. She died, and then No, I think the elephant, yeah, grabbed her with the trunk and then tried to like hit her with the trunk and then stomp her at the same time, and then she
Yeah, hey
died
man,
there
look, he wasn't
instantaneously.
playing. I mean, he was walking in the middle of the street in the down. If you see cars,
Wait,
people looking at him.
was the elephant a female? So it was a she,
Yeah, it was
right?
a female. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was female.
my bad.
Yeah, she
and
was
it
a
was the
poacher.
mother.
She was
The
one of
mother
those
was on
poachers that
display.
like to hunt elephants for their tusks. You know what I'm saying? And make money off of that. You know.
Karma
Yeah,
came back instant.
Oh,
You know
look,
what?
Karma came back real
It
instant.
probably happened to this elephant
it
before,
was in
so she
presence
probably
of
knew what
mind.
to do.
It
She
was in
said, "If it
presence of
ever
mind.
happened to me."
Yeah, see, that was in presence of mind of an animal to go and defend
that's right,
your
pretty
your
kitty.
relative, your mom. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
that's a rule of law. Don't mess with an animal while they have babies.
Nature,
Yeah, they're like
the
extra.
person of nature.
The
Oh,
elephants are so peaceful. Like they don't even want to step on a fly or nothing. Like
right.
they chill.
I mean, they get territorial now. You know, realistically, you go in the area, and they got reason to do that
Yeah,
because you know
bulls do that.
they got animals hunting them and everything, and they're not afraid to fight for their lives. That's the whole thing about nature. That's the first law. You know, you got to fight for your life to survive, and when you learn that, that's what you do. Anything out of that is
But
not natural.
I've seen elephants call humans over to help them and stuff. I've seen
Yeah,
that.
they have an intelligence now. If they want to put up with you, they will. If they don't, they don't.
I actually volunteered with elephants. I used
You
to
know, you
live in
just got to know
India.
how to respect
I
them.
volunteered out there. I lived in an elephant sanctuary, and there was this guru. It was in Jaipur, India. There was this guru who lived in the village, right? And he this it was a crazy story. He ended up going spending, I guess, like 2 or 3 hours with this elephant that grew up with this person. And when an elephant grows up with a person, it
Oh yeah,
doesn't
they
forget his
never forget.
person. Like it
No,
always
lifelong
protects that
memories.
person. Yeah, it's because it chose you. It's pretty much like it became one with you. You know what I mean? That being said, this guru spent like 2 hours with this elephant and ended up leaving the compound. The elephant walked out with him.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm. He
imagine
bonded
that.
with him.
Imagine how powerful you got to be. It never went back to the owner.
He bonded with him. But he
Imagine how
okay. Oh,
powerful you got to be to do that.
right,
He avatared bonded.
Yeah,
right, right.
well, yeah, he was somebody who was able to see. He was telling fortunes, seeing auras and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was pretty crazy when that happened.
They,
But you know,
I
a
tell
lot
you
of
something.
yeah,
Now, I'm gonna tell you something about the elephant. Like we all know, or probably know that an elephant has the greatest memory out of the whole animal kingdom, even humans. Like an elephant has the greatest memory, but an elephant even has the greatest sense of smell in all of
Mm-hmm.
nature. You know,
Well,
that
see,
snout,
I think.
that trunk that he has.
What about dolphins? What about dolphins? They have a high degree of intelligence,
Yeah,
Intelligence, yeah,
they
yeah, but
they speak different languages too.
well,
telepathically, or
dolphins are
just one
base
off.
humans. Are base humans. To be honest, they're
exactly
our
that.
cousins.
That's our aquatic ancestor, if you ask me,
Yeah, they're
Right,
nomos.
right.
Somebody
There you
said
go.
right
or
here,
they're
Jimmy
half,
Fishy. Yeah,
or
they're
they're half of
nomos.
whatever we were. They're half of it.
And we're water beings. We're base water beings. That's why we
Right.
have
Yep.
9 months
All
in the
life comes
water.
from the water. Like people always,
Yeah.
people trying to pick Africa and whatever. Literally, all life comes from the waters. All life,
Right. Right.
every single thing in the world. All
Right.
life.
And carbon based.
And
Well,
also
not
we
all,
started off
but
as tadpoles, if you think about it.
Oh yeah, exactly. If you look at a dolphin embryo and a human embryo, they're the
Same
same
thing.
for about 3 months. You know what I'm saying? For about 3 months,
Exactly. Yep.
exact same. Like, the head is just a little bigger.
Exactly.
mm-hmm.
That's why I said that's our base form. I
Mm-hmm.
was I was I was saying exactly what you just said. That's our dolphins are our base form, our base human form.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
Like you said, the nomos. I heard somebody say the nomos.
Yeah, yeah, I
Feel me?
said that.
The Dogon, the
Yeah.
Dagon, all of that.
Yeah.
Like everybody think outer space and don't know the ocean is literally outer space. That's the space. That's outer, that's out of the lands, That's outer
Mm.
space. So
Right.
we always think about up when everything is really down. Everything.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It, it's like you probably got to go down in order to go up. You know what I mean? That's how wild it is.
Seven got
No, I
this.
was
Sorry.
yeah, I was thinking about that, Morris. You know, like how remember we were talking about the Denmark Strait Cataract one day?
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
about what is it, a 30,000 foot drop? No, 11,000 foot drop. Um, so what if that's like the way out? Like you go all the way down, but then you
All the way
pop up.
down, just come
Right.
back up. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because you remember I was saying that water has to rise. Like the flow of the earth is gonna send that. Like that water is most likely feeding the Mississippi and all of this Great Lakes. Regions. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
probably what feeds it.
Mm-hmm. I was potentially there's a lot of stuff that could be going on with that. Well, I know the Laurentian abyss is like 27 miles down. It's a deep cavern, but they saying that there is a stargate um, down in the bottom of the trench, and that the U.S. Supposedly has an outpost that monitors that Stargate, but they say it's a huge gate and it's big enough for craft to come through.
They got
So,
them all over the world.
uh,
All over. There's like probably hundreds of thousands of them.
right, right. What I was
Okay,
saying about that,
so
they have that ability to use Stargate some of the craft too. So, so they're saying that the scale of it was pretty good size. So, so something's going on down there. That the terrestrials are doing, extraterrestrials are doing. So for them to set up a outpost, you know.
okay,
So
so who's gonna volunteer to drop a Apple eye tag down there so we can
Hey, you
see
said it,
where
so you got volunteer.
so we can see where it comes out at.
You thought of it.
The ladies first.
Let's drop an eye tag down there and see where it comes out at.
You heard about the Mexican, not I don't know if he's Mexican, but the Latino kid out in Las Vegas.
No.
I don't know if you it's like going crazy on TikTok, like this a ship crashed in this little kid's
Oh
backyard.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a good look at
I did
Yeah,
hear that.
the humanoids. That
yeah, it
yeah.
was a great. There's more videos coming out, but there was one that was huge, and it was a small one too. There was a gray alien with him. It was right next to the fence, and it
Right.
was peeking
I
through the
saw that.
fence
I
hole.
saw that. I saw
And
that.
then like the
Yeah.
claw went through, like he put his
There it
hand
is. Yep.
through the
Wow.
slit.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
messed me up right there. I was like, wow.
I didn't know they released more videos. I was
yeah,
trying to
no,
find out they
they got other
find
people like house videos from neighbors. They got like all of the surveillance videos from the neighbors.
right
Mm-hmm.
like the ring videos and thing ring
Yeah,
camera.
yeah, yeah. Yep, they hacked into all of those, and now everybody's being.
Wow.
So
Okay, I need to go look at it.
yeah, so they got a little small gray, and then they got a massive one
Mm-hmm.
who's like 8 feet. They got 8 feet, but we can't really talk too crazy about that.
Yeah. Right. Well,
That's yeah. That's why I'm trying to be kind of
discreet. I understand.
uh
We understand.
yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. But sometimes, you be so excited about it, you want to go ahead and get it out.
Right, right.
hmm So, David, did he leave?
I'm right here.
Okay. So, what was that deal with Tesla? Um, Let me see, what was that? They said he had done something about his documents coming up missing. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you
They
talking
did.
about like when, after he passed away, the
Yeah,
CIA went in to get his records and stuff?
yeah. Didn't they use something, create something out of what he had?
Yo, I'm sure they had tons of stuff out of what he had. But are we gonna know what it is? No.
No.
Well, I know one thing that they got from him. Remember that device that he flexed on them with that made them go after him? That earthquake device, the little ball that he created and he
Oh
crushed
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they that intrigued them. Even though they weren't able to figure out like how to make it, then it kind of like opened up the doorways for them to pursue that knowledge. And now they have something, I think it's called the Hellion device or something like that. I forgot the name of it. But it's up in Antarctica. It's like this um and utilizing it to to pretty much pinpoint earthquakes all over the world. And I think they did it to Haiti, to be honest. Um they
Right.
were testing
Oh,
it on Haiti.
okay. Yeah, that's what they did to Haiti. I knew. That's, you know what? As soon as that happened, I was like, I wonder if they had the nerve to do that. You know. But then the more I listened to it, I was like, yeah, they definitely did it. But yeah, you hit that right on the head. Wow, unbelievable. But see, not just there, but other places too. You know, because it was like random places where it shouldn't have been occurring. And I'm like, why is this suddenly happening? And then you think about it, you know, they have certain um, governmental affairs in other countries and stuff. And then all of a sudden you hear about earthquakes. I'm like, okay, okay, they trying to force their hands or whatever. you know, but hey, that's what's up.
Hey,
Morish, I actually deciphered one of these.
yeah,
I broke one down. Like it's kind of crazy. But I got it. I'll talk to you another time about it.
Oh, okay, you can't go into that.
hey,
Nah, yeah,
hey,
you
hey,
got
Yeah,
definitely get
yeah.
kicked.
Oh, that is, but that's,
hey,
yeah.
hey, I wanted to say peace to Big Chief in the building. You know what I mean? It's all love, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. Wow. But that's
I, I,
tight right there. I
I,
like that.
matter of fact, oh yeah, she just dropped down. But I was greeting the sister just came in.
Yeah. One with the. Oh,
Hey,
okay.
so watch
Yeah,
this.
master teacher. Oh,
Like look at this crop circle, right?
yeah.
They saying how it's describing by the shape of it, it's describing a levitation device. Let me see, hold on.
Unbelievable.
The
Unbelievable.
symbol of a magnetron,
You wouldn't
right?
believe what I
Hold
got
on.
on my desk.
Share
Unbelievable.
because it's gonna explain it all. But boom.
Unbelievable.
They say in science the symbol for the magnetron is as seen at the top of the image. The component is a highly resourceful piece of
Mm,
technology. A magnetron is basically a vacuum tube of high power having multiple cavities. A major application of magnetron is present in a post
radar
radar
system.
system in order to
You know,
produce a
produce
high
power
power
microwave
microwave
signal.
signal.
Magnetrons are
signal.
also used. Yeah.
So this magnetron is pretty much
Heat.
the same technology as a DEF ray, but used for a different purpose. Hold
Hmm. That's
on,
good
hold
right there. You know, Pinterest is an excellent site to go on and find stuff like this. I do all the time. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, what you use it. What tangent line is facing multi-geometries. Okay. Diatonic ratios, perfect musical intervals that are not mentioned. And I can't see that. Yes. Yeah, what's wrong? Uh, Heptagonal constructions, circles, lateral thinking, square and circle, triangle, rectangle, and pentagonal constructions. Okay, wow, yeah, that's pretty impressive, but I understand that concept. Um, I got something similar. is a little more detailed, but that's the basis, the basic for pretty much magnetic field generator, which is what I've been working on for a while. So that's good. Like I say, Pinterest is one of those sites where you're gonna find things um, where you say, like, if you watch a movie and you see a flash of something and you don't know quite what it is, right? You might be able to go on there and find it, but you got to at least know the name of it or whatever. But you get documents, you get the full, almost full graph, you get the books, it'll tell you where to get the books, or you can order the books right from there. And that's what I really like about it, Anything you need to learn, even in the maths, you get in the calculuses or whatever, mathematics, all of that is there. So that's one of my big go-tos. Then there's this Russian site um, that's good as well. Um, so all you do is just Google Russian search engines on that, and that'll open up a whole new world right there. Pretty good. Yep. Basically a vacuum tube, magnetic vacuum tube. Well,
Hey,
see, you
play
need.
no play no games that blow up the picture again.
Mhm. And so you need that vacuum chamber to, or with the magnetic field to seal in the thermal energy of an atom. Well, when it's split, that is. Yeah. Um, mhm. Yeah, it's pretty good. And there's some better. There's some other designs of it too. You got the reactor, the antimatter reactor, not the one at CERN. There's one that's more of a smaller scale. You guys familiar with CERN, the Hadron Collider? Anybody? The Hadron Collider, 26
Yeah,
mile circumference machine that makes antimatter energy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
fill
y'all
me
ain't
in.
got.
Fill me in.
Okay, y'all know about that. Okay. All right. All right. Let's talk about civics. Um, Anybody aware that there were two United States?
Tell us about it.
Hmm?
Tell us about it.
Well, you have United States of America major, and you have United States of America minor. So our problem is that those LLCs for both of those corporations, and they are corporations, not government, never have been. There's a 200-year contract for them to do commercial business on our lands. Okay, and it was in a corporation name, which the LLC licenses were written in London. I'm not going to say London. I will say England, but the ownership of those licenses was to the Pope. So LLC, because there were two fur trading companies here on our lands killing off all the buffalo, and they amassed a great wealth off the fur trade, off the fur of the buffaloes. Okay, so this was following the Lewis and Clark exposition, which was actually um, a survey about the land, the Lewis and Clark expedition, that is. So once they surveyed, then they start sending in guys to recover those resources which they had found, like the buffalo. Okay, so they came in, set up these large companies, and started slaughtering them. To collect the pelts. I mean, there would be like huge fields of just carcasses laying everywhere, and they sell those furs and go back, take the money back to England. And in this time frame, when they did go back, they secured 2 licenses under the name of the United States of America. So then they filed um, for the Mayflower. They claimed that our landmass crashed into their ship. So they filed a claim for reparations. Okay,
He
so
said our landmass crashed into their ship.
it's so stupid it don't make sense. They filed a claim. I'm almost cussed when I said that. They filed a claim stating that our landmass crashed into their ship, and so that claim was for reparations and claim on every living person in the country. The Pope did that. Okay, and they were helped by um, Moors who were in Morocco. So Morocco was made up as well because it didn't exist at that time. But what they did, they stole the flag. Remember that flag that Noble Drew Ali had? Anybody knows remember what that looks like? Well, anyhow, they stole that flag
Yes, I do. I do.
after they killed him, after they murdered him. They stole that flag and used that flag to set up Morocco.
Hold on. So they stole the flag from Noble Drew
They
Ali.
stole the
And,
flag. Yeah, if you recognize the symbol,
right.
pull up Morocco and you see that symbol. That's the
Right.
flag they stole from Noble Drew Ali to
Wow.
set up Morocco, to establish Morocco.
Wow.
Okay, so Morocco granted them other fake documents um, saying that the lien that they filed is valid over these lands, which was Madrid. It was called a Mexum at the time, but it's considered part. They considered it part of their empire. Put it that way, okay? Because of what was previously established with the Tartarian, you know, the Tartarian empire, the way they took it over. In other words, okay. So the Pope and the Crown collaborated on that. So the United States Corporation, was um, put together off of the 13 states. Those are all along the like it didn't go from all the way to California. They stopped at a certain point. Basically, the Louisiana Territory is really as far as they went. To be honest with you, and then um, in that time frame, the French, our ancestors had defeated the French. Now, they never beat us in any skirmishes, in any wars. The only thing they would do was attack our women and children while the men was hunting them. Okay, so they told a lot of lies about the war, the Civil War, and all that. And they were fighting us. They weren't fighting other. I mean, you had a lot of whites that were already here in the land that was fighting with us on our side against them because they was trying to enslave them too. You know, so um, but they never won a battle with us like that, like the way they put it and say that they conquered us. They didn't conquer like that. What they did was they used paperwork to suggest that they did, but they usurped all of our lands where they didn't find, say, like during the Gullah Wars while it was taking place. You know, we wasn't at home. Wasn't nobody at home. Everybody out hunting them, looking for them, trying to engage with them. And they sneaking in, killing off the matriarchs whose names were on the property because they already knew who owned those properties. Because we're talking about castles, we're talking about like all of that stuff you see in like the um, the World's Fairs, all those buildings and stuff like that. No, 1,000 years ago, our civilization was advanced. We were still a class two planet. Okay, we had electric trains, electric cars, all of that technology that we have today. We had it then. But they something was history. Okay, and when they changed that calendar, that threw us off quite a bit
They added 1,000 years
because
to it, so the year was
you know what
actually
I'm saying.
1,000 versus 2,000.
Exactly. So they did that to mask their entrance or their encroachment, put it that way. But anyhow, those corporations have been dissolved since July 4th, 2019. Okay, everything has been seized. All the money has been confiscated. The Sestakibbe Trust has been confiscated. Now, I'm not sure about the Sestakibbe Trust, but all of that goes back to the land, and including the deficit, the national deficit, that becomes a plus or a debit for the people. But they're trying to suppress everything. Okay, they're trying to suppress everything. But in the meantime, what they're doing, they declared war on United States citizens in 2009 with a declaration of war. Okay, it was a writ that they entered into, and it's called the 2009 motu proprio. I don't know if any of you ever heard of that or not, but what that 2009 motu proprio is a declaration of war against the United States citizens. Okay.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. You can
Hold
probably
it
look
down,
that
D.
up. Yeah, probably look that up and find it. And then additionally, in 2014, the Pope had written a motu proprio, but that was for the decolonization of North America. So they were ordered to decolonize because they were, in that time, that's when they did the bust for the human trafficking. Okay, that's when this started. I think the prosecution list was over 200,000 people that were involved in Congress and all of these corporations. Okay, so this was the Pope's whole setup, the doctrine of discovery. I'm sure everybody heard of that, right? The doctrine of discovery.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. The thing is that I think they just did the most. They overdid it, if you ask me. By trying to make Africa the motherland, it was a bit of a
Yeah,
stretch,
right.
especially since
Right.
corn is from here.
Yeah, none of that data added up. So, we're pretty clear on that, try to make us think that we're from Africa. No, that's just a ploy to get you to say that you are not of inheritance, or will disqualify you from inheriting from this land to say that. Okay. Now, the only thing is, more is a catchphrase. They invented that name too. Okay. Now, we're Indians over here, right? We don't know nothing about that stuff. Our people didn't necessarily record stuff on paperwork. You know what I'm saying? All agreements we had was done by word of mouth and by handshake. You know what I mean? So they came up with that system. By this time, they had killed off a lot of elders, so the younger ones didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? By the time they had taken over, so that appearance to be legitimate went over for a long time, even until our grandparents and became adults. Because stuff, great grandparents and grandparents and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So they were like the first children who was raised without their culture, without knowing their culture. So it was easy to wipe that out of memory in that fashion. you know. Now their invasions were like